Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullaahi, wa barakatuh, dear sisters. How are you all doing? I hope you all are well and good. If this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Fatima G. Welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about taking children to the masjid during Ramadan. So I know a lot of us, during Ramadan, we want to go to the masjid, we want to pray tarawih, we want to go and break our fast with the community. But we always worry about our children, distracting other, people who are trying to worship and so on and so forth. However, there are actually some masjid where you can actually take your children and there's no problems in terms of like they have a private room where you can go with your children and still be able to like feel that Ramadan spirit. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. So just to kind of like encourage any sisters out there who have the intention to go to the masjid this Ramadan but are worried about their children being distracted to other people who are praying, or their children just making noise in general. Like, I can understand that when we go to the masjid, sometimes there are children who are actually very noisy and it can be really distractive to us. However, that should not, make you not want to go to the masjid because your child is going to make too much noise. Because like I mentioned, you will find a masjid that have a space dedicated for mothers and children, inshallah. So now, I just want to give you guys some advice on some of the things that I do that has worked for me when I take my children to the masjid, because we go to the masjid every single day during the month of Ramadan. Firstly, I always make sure that I teach my children the etiquettes of the masjid. I teach my children that the masjid is the house of Allah. We must keep it clean and we must not run around in the masjid. The masjid is not a playground. So teach the children the etiquettes of the masjid. Teach them the dua that they have to say when they're in the masjid, how they should dress when they're in the masjid, and all of that. And if they're much older, this advice is for children, 4 and above. They will kind of understand that this is the masjid and we mustn't run around and play around and everything like that. So make sure you have that established. Make sure you teach them the etiquettes of the masjid, inshallah. Now, the point that I want to mention is that create an activity. I usually use like a folder where I'll put everything in, or like a plastic sleeve, like create an activity of coloring, where you can put coloring pencils, put all their favorite things. For example, my children, they love coloring, and my oldest daughter, she loves drawing. So I'm going to get some papers, where I'll just put it in this folder where she can just take it to the masjid. She can color, she can draw. And for my youngest ones, if they want to do some coloring, they can do some coloring and everything like that. And I have actually got some little games and little activities, nothing that makes noise, where they can do this activity. So whatever your child likes, just put it in this folder or create an activity backpack for them, that when you go to the masjid, that they can just sit in their little corner and do that activity, inshallah. I'm from London, alhamdulillah, and there's loads of masajids, right, that have area where you can go with your children. So like the normal prayer room for those who don't have children, they have their normal prayer area. And then there's a room usually dedicated for sisters with children, that they can go in that room. And I know it's probably not the same because there's loads of children there. And the thing is, you cannot keep children quiet. There's going to be at least 1 or 2 or 3 of them who are having their little chit chat in the corner, and I think that's okay because that's what children are, that's what they do anyway. But as long as we have that little corner, that little space for us with our children where we can go and we can still pray, I think that's still okay. So don't try to deter yourself this Ramadan, inshallah, because you got children. Go to the masjid. You will definitely find a masjid who, they have a space for children. Another thing that I want to mention, it's okay for you to take something small for the kids in terms of their toy. Obviously, nothing with noise, nothing with music or anything like that, but something that will keep the child busy, something that the child really likes. So my children, they always take 1 toy each, something small, nothing big. That's their toy, that keeps them busy. That really helps. And if everything that I've mentioned doesn't help your child, literally, sister, give them your phone. Give them a screen, give them a screen, but no volume. My children, the only time I'll give them the screen is when I notice that they get really restless and they're really tired and they want to go home, because I usually stay to pray tarawih. So then I give them the phone and that keeps them really quiet, and obviously no sound whatsoever. So they're just literally watching moving pictures, And the only other time that I give them the phone to keep them busy is when, for example, they've had lots of sweets, because you guys already know that sometimes there's loads of sweets, lots of cakes, when we go to the masjid to break our fast. They've had lots of sweets and they're just so hyperactive. So I say, take the phone. So that's when they take the phone, and then that keeps them busy. Another time that you can give your child the phone is, when they're like crying and, you want to stay in the masjid, you don't want to go home yet, right? and that helps. We all know that the screen time helps. Just give them something to watch, and that keeps them quiet. And if you've tried everything that I've said to you and your child is still being, disruptive, and they just want to go home, they're tired, then just go home, sis. Qadarullah, just go home. Now I will show you guys how I create my Ramadan activity folder for the children that they take to the masjid with them. So I'm going to create 2 folder each for the children. So once a week, that's when I'm going to go through that. If my oldest daughter want to go through it and change things or remove and add things into the folder, she's free to do that. But I'm going to show you guys how I create that folder, inshallah. Yes, sisters. So I got these plastic folders from Amazon. I got lots of papers, lots of stickers, coloring pencils, and lots of coloring books because my children really love coloring. And I printed these ones from Twinkle. If you don't know about Twinkle, it's like a home education / school website where you can find lots and lots and lots of resources. So they have like Ramadan resources, which is really great. My children also love stickers. They have all these little things that I put into this activity pack just to keep them busy. I also wanted to add that most of the information that I've provided here are for like children 2 and above. I want to give some advice to like mothers with babies under 1. So when my children were much younger, I still used to go to the masjid, right? And what I used to do, I just used to put my baby in front of me. And Allaahuma Barrik, I had really, really calm, peaceful babies who were really, they didn't make a lot of noise at all. So my baby would just be in front of me whilst I prayed. So that you could try that depending on your baby and stuff like that. But now my children are much older. I don't have to do that. So usually they're just in their own little corner playing or interacting with their friends. Like even this pack that I've created, sometimes they may not even use it because they just want to sit down with their friends and just interact with their friends instead of sitting there doing coloring. The only time my children will use this pack is when, for example, they've been told off a few times to be quiet, or all the other children are just being so distractive, and then this is just like a quiet time activity and things like that. But most times they're interacting with their friends anyway. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of advice to give mothers with children under 1. If you have a calm baby, I think you can just place your baby in front of you and it should be okay, inshallah ta'ala. As you can see, the packs are just simple things that my children like. Nothing extravagant, not a lot of things in there, just simple, basic things. You can personalize it according to your child, what your children love, and, just make it nice and fun for them. Inshallah. So now you've seen the video of the things that I put in my children's activity pack for the masjid. You can personalize yours. You can do however you like. You can put whatever you want to put in there. Sometimes my children even have like Play-Doh in there and slime, but I would say no slime because obviously, you don't want to get slime on the carpet. But whenever my children will play with their Play-Doh, especially my youngest one, for example, I'll spread something for them where they can just use that. But I only give them the Play-Doh to play with before Salah. Like, like during the time after we finish eating and then we're prepping to pray Isha, that's when I'll give them the Play-Doh to just sit in the corner whilst we're prepping and cleaning the masjid and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't usually give them the Play-Doh unsupervised, like where we're praying. You can't really supervise the children when they're playing with Play-Doh, isn't it? Yes, so just put everything in there that your child likes, something simple, something straightforward, and that's what they're going to be using for the next 2 hours or something like that. And it's really helpful for me anyway. I hope that's helped you, inshallah. And take your children to the masjid, inshallah. Make sure you just create the activity pack for them, personalized to the things that they like. Don't put anything there that they're not going to be interested in, because then obviously they're not going to use it. Take them to the masjid, let them make friends, let them see their friends from last year that they haven't seen the whole year, because SubhanaAllaah, they haven't seen a lot of kids, for a while. And during Ramadan, they're going to see their friends, inshallah ta'ala. And please, sisters, comment down below if you have any tips, right, for other mothers who are planning to take their children to the masjid this year. And for me as well, if there's anything that I've missed, inshallah, I would love to benefit from you guys as well, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah bless you guys for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with any sister who might benefit, inshallah ta'ala. And I hope I bump into some of you guys, because I'm going to be in London. I'm going to be around, inshallah. I'm going to be going to like different masajids, inshallah ta'ala, just for me to just experience the community vibe, inshallah. And I'll be with my children as as well, inshallah ta'ala. But anyway, sisters, thank you again for watching. May Allah bless you guys, and may Allah look after all of you all, and may Allah make us have a productive Ramadan. Ameen thumma ameen. Assalamu alaikum. I'll see you in my next video.